it's cold. Why are we out here? Thank you, Mr. Sun. Chuck, why don't you turn the heat on? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll hear about it when we're over 100 this summer. And it's colder than a witch's. Don't say it. Hey, folks. Manny CA coming to you with another informative, educational, hopefully entertaining video on the shooting sports. Actually, we've got another, hey, how many times can you load that hull video? And this time, it's cold. It's very cold. Check out the gloves. Ooh, I rarely wear gloves on camera. It's cold. I got the hoodie on. Holy cow, and the fleece. Look at that. Ooh. It must be like 35. We got ice in the back of the truck. So I guess it's colder than 35. Maybe 32, 33. Whatever, it's not freezing. So why are we out here? I don't know. Because I'm stupid? Probably. I just can't get enough testing, I guess. And boy, do I have a lineup for you. Oh yeah. This time we're testing out, bam! Double A's. But wait, Manny, we already tested double A's. We even did the gray hulls. Shut up, Chuck. Yeah, we did. But we've got a new box of double A's. Look at that. Right? These are the, get you close up. 2 3/4, 1145 feet per second, 1 1/8 of number 8 goodness. Proven hard shot, like the box is. Oh yeah, going up against an oldie. Oh, this is double A's. This has got to be back from early 2000s, I want to say, mid 2000s, maybe 2003, 2004, something like that. Box. Oh man, I know one thing. These two boxes are different enough to make a difference in this video, because the first one are their new kind of 2-piece hull that you guys see. I don't know if you guys heard about that. And these old ones are the compression 1-piece formed. What? What's he talking about? Is that coal gone to his head? Probably. Everyone loved double A's. They loved the old school hull, which was basically one piece of extruded plastic polymer. And all they did was put on, oh, look at that, beautiful, a brass rim. Well, they changed it. And now the new double A's are touted as being HS. That's high tensile strength. More marketing gimmick, I think, than anything. What's the difference? Well, these are an extruded plastic shell when they just take and they boop, stick on, and they, I think they call it plastic welded, the base wad on it, and then just stuck the brass on there. So the old school guys love the 1-piece hulls. They say they lasted longer, and they said there was no way for the wad to get shot out into your bore. While most guys, the ones who really haven't had any experience with the old school, say that these are equally as great. Some guys really don't have an opinion. We're gonna find out which one of these two are truly reloader manna from heaven. Which one can we reload the most? They're both 8 crimp, and they both have brass rims, which are a big plus to a lot of shooters and loaders. They like the brass rim because the brass rim doesn't get work hardened, and it tends to contract and expand easier. This is like a battle of the titans. Holy cow. Mother against daughter, father against son, cousin against primo, cugine, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's gonna be interesting. Very telling, to say the least. Which ones are gonna hold up the best? The old school 1-piece construction, or the new school? You guys already saw our last video where we pitted the grays versus the reds. And I'm not talking about the grays like the alien grays. You saw which one we preferred. We thought the reds went better, even though the company touts that they're both about the same, and a lot of shooters do too. Our results had a little bit of a different outcome. That's why we say your results may vary. You guys know the drill. We take our chosen hulls. This time we're gonna take one of the old school. And you could tell it's old school because the AA is surrounded with a black border. Whereas the new ones are just underlined. And we shoot them and load them until they cannot be shot. Improper grammar coming up. No mo. I gotta give those improper grammar tips coming up. Shout outs. Otherwise, you guys actually think that I don't know how to talk. We shoot them until they cannot be shot. No mo. Usually that means the primer pockets open up or the case mouths fail. And that they get so scorched, they start to rip and tear and not able to hold shot. Join us as we go on another. Hey, how many times can I reload that whole video? This time, pitting two, actually one name against itself. Kind of cool, isn't it? And we're gonna see which ones load the best and the longest. And I warm my fingertips, because they're getting cold. My new name's gonna be Stumpy CA. I don't know how we're gonna load like that though. We're gonna have mitts and stuff. And of course, thank you, Mr. Sun. Our testing today is gonna be conducted by the irrefutably reliable, indubitably heroical, maybe renowned, Winchester 1400. And I hope the cold doesn't really affect it because I noticed it was kind of sluggish, even though we gave it a nice wipe down and bath in CLP. I really like CLP for the semi-auto guns. Shells when they're full, hulls when they're empty, with 24 grains of our chosen powder, which is Universal Clays. I like Universal Clays as a good all-around general purpose powder for this, just because 1 ounce of shot, which we're loading by the way, is not really too heavy for it, and it's not really made for it, but it's a little under pressure. But again, we're not focusing on downrange performance. We're doing hull longevity, hull elasticity, hull durability. How much value can you get for these? Now, let's say you got a buddy and he said, hey, I got 1,000 once shot, old one-piece compression formed style AA hulls. I want to sell them to you. And you think to yourself, well, you know what? You know, I've got these new ones. Nah, I'm just gonna stick with my new ones. Was that a good choice, or was that a bad choice? Who knows? That's what we're here to find out. Being that these are AA Winchester, we know that they're tapered hulls. Remember, tapered hulls, less space in here for powder and components, which means we have to choose our wad accordingly. And our wad this time is a clone of the AA variety. Beautiful. I know we're just fine in this testing. Let's get on with it. I'm going for the Unabomber look today. Hey, Unabomber. This is gonna be cool. And of course, since these are all brass, no pickup stick today. Oh, and since we're using an American hull, this is the first loading, second shot, we're using Cheddite primers. For some reason, Chedites, which are made in France, by the way, and I think the proper pronunciation is Chedites. Ooh. Je vous dis, s'il vous plaît. They're like targeting the American market because they're not as big as they used to be. We got the yellow box. Shot number 3. Load number 2. And we're doing hunky-dory so far. Shot number 4, load number 3. And it's very interesting as the new shell over here, it looks like they're a little shorter because we're getting a little hole in there. See that? Whereas the older shell has a little bit of a swirl, which tells me there's too much plastic being pushed down. Telling. $1,400 might just be on his last legs. Shot number 5, load number 4. We're just starting to get a little bit of scorching. You see that? Yeah, a little bit. The new one's not really showing any though. The old one is. Interesting. After the 5th shot, our old CF formed hull is highly more discolored than the newer one. Whoa. Look at the color. Just turning. And the inside scorchage, looks okay, looks fine. I am noticing on the older ones though, a black ring, look at that. That's forming, where there's not so much on the newer one. And primer pockets are still tight, much like Scrooge McDuck's wallet. Load 5, shot 6. That Scrooge McDuck reference sure did drop the IQ level of this video, didn't it? Shot 7, load 6. Anywhere you want to look at it, they're both holding up pretty good. Of course, the older AA seems to be scorching a lot more. That's this guy in the front. Interesting. And the plastic is darker too. Maybe it's a lot of dyes they use. I don't know. You know, we're not chemical engineers here, nor do we pretend to be on the channel. Load 7, shot 8, and the older ones, you can see them, they're dark. Here, let's get that. Oh yeah, they're dark, but they're still crimping very well and holding up. And guess what? No primer pocket issues, people. You can see why the brass case heads are so sought after. But we're not hull slobs here on the channel. We'll load any case, anytime, anywhere. After shot number 8, our old time hulls, our compression formed hulls, have developed cracks. Oh my God, in the case mouth. They've developed more cracks than the Mueller investigation. Oh geez. Whereas our, ooh, look at these. These are the new ones. Nothing. A little raggedy and dark. but no cracks. We're gonna keep on keeping on and see what happens. Load 8, shot 9. They're still crimping good, and we're gonna keep going. Remember, as long as they crimp and hold shot, we could fire them. This is load 9, shot 10. And yeah, the old style has developed some serious cracks. What is that all about? That was pretty convenient. After shot 10, load 9, our old school shell, the old compression formed CF, look at that. It's toast. Look at that big tear right there. Crack, rip, tear. Whew. Petals are actually starting to come apart. Whereas these are the newer ones. They've got some pinpricks of light at the base of the folds. And they got more holes than the Mueller investigation. But they're malleable. They don't feel like they're cracking. Listen to this. Yeah, the older holes feel more, I don't know, they feel more fragile, brittle. Yeah, they got brittle. We shall continue. Shot 11, load 10. And the double A's, and I don't know, that's probably when it got stuck. See that little gouge in there? That probably got there when it got stuck in the chamber, yeah, upon ejecting, as you saw. By the way, this is the new one. It looked good. The old one is just getting really dirty, but the crimp is still holding. Shot 12, load 11. And they still look good. I mean, they're crimping. No shots falling out. Primer pockets are tight. I mean, tight. You thought I was gonna say it, huh? After shot 12, our old school compression formed ones have opened up the primer pockets. But our new one, new production, not so much. You see the difference? Is that indicative of new manufacturing practices? I don't know. But you can see the older compression formed, real brittle. Hear that? This one, not so much. The bottom new one still seems malleable, even though they've got holes all through the base of the crimps. You see that? Holy cow. Let's continue. Shot 13, load 12. They're still holding. After the 13th shot, the old compression style is just, look, all separated, all tore up. It gave its all, but it's toast. Whereas the new hull, the new two-piece is still malleable. A little bit. Not one petal separated on that mouth. You got pinprick holes around the base of the crimp folds, yeah. But that's about it. Holy cow. I'm tired. It's cold. I think we've loaded a bunch. After 13 shots, 12 loadings, I think the winner is clear. When Winchester says that they did upgrade their hull and made it extra high strength, that's what the AAHS stands for, high strength, they weren't kidding. They did something to their plastics, which they're awesome. It's too bad they couldn't stick with the one-piece compression form design with the new plastic to make a totally indestructible hull. But even at 10 reloads each, you're talking super value. Now the new shells that we had bought were strictly Wally World specials. Went off the shelf and got them. These older ones, I can personally tell you, they were stored in a climate-controlled house in the closet for the last 15 years or so. So the plastics were not exposed to any extremes in heat or sun, which really degraded the red plastic. I learned a lot. Hopefully you guys did too. If you guys like this, great. If you didn't like it, oh well. You guys understand that we are under attack. Second Amendment, Americana, self-reliant people, channels, causes, groups are under attack by YouTube, Google, and Facebook. They hate us. They do not like what we stand for. They don't like that we don't need them. It makes government irrelevant. And then they pass laws to make us irrelevant. You tell the authoritarians you're not going to stand for their digital book burning. Ooh, you know who else burned books? Nazis. And that's what they're doing today. They're censoring us. You guys need to help us spread the word and the gospel of the gun. Go up above, cut, paste the links, send them to like-minded patriots, gun lovers, shooters, loaders, anybody like-minded worldwide. Questions, comments, or concerns, post them down below. Thanks for watching. Until next time.